Big Shot. What up to Stevie, Mimi, Scrap, yo. I'm on my love and hip hop. Yes, so solid, it flows through my body. And if you got it, love, I'm told that's where God is. I'm Tyrone Higgins. Whenever love is given to be pragmatic, I'm just an addict for your love. I gotta have it. My problems disappear when love's connected. I never wanna take back an hour, minute, or second. What a blessing. Love ain't proud, it ain't rude. Love, it rejoices in telling the truth. Love is so patient, kind, it doesn't envy. Love your friends, love your enemies. I hope this love sink in. Got love for my neighbor, agape phileo. Let me be more convincing. Maybe you can dive in and exegete or censor, dissect the scripture where Bishop we show love. Or if you a sinner, transgender like Bruce Jenner, well, Caitlyn, we show more love. We use basic math, don't subtract, divide it. God can take one love, then add or multiply it. Don't wanna swear by it. I promise if you don't have love, your life will be full of the opposite. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. And that's a big mistake. You trying to demonstrate all love in sync like Justin Timberlake. If it cost $1 million, or if it was free, I love you, you love me. Let's put love together on the love scene. Love scene, love scene, love scene.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, the birds and the bees. This is Brother Darryl McGriff back with another episode of Love Sync Ministries Love Sessions. And you know our foundational scriptures, 1 John 4:8. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. And as we always say before we get started, make sure here on Facebook that you leave some comments, like, hearts, whatever you want to do, and make sure that you share the videos. And then tomorrow when it posts to YouTube, make sure you go over there and do the same thing. Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bells, all that stuff that they say. Because once again, if we monetize this stuff and start making money, I want to start giving away that money to you. So make sure you do that. So today I have some special guest of mine. So I'm going to introduce you to these two young ladies. That's right. Put your hands together. Go ahead and clap for them. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Janae and Janice Robinson. Oops. Where the other one go? Oh, there she go. Okay. No. Okay. Put that one there. Okay. Here y'all come. Y'all coming up. There they go. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. These are the youngest of the 5 sisters I have. Yeah, your head is big, so I'm glad. And if you look and you can see the family resemblance is that we're all Black Chinese. You know, I just want to put that out there. We all got tiny eyes. People used to say, "Are you Chinese?" I'm like, nah, just got small eyes. Don't worry about all that. So, like I do with all my shows, I'm gonna start out by asking y'all quick 5 questions just to get the party started, get your heads in the right place. So we start with the oldest, and you know who you are. So what is your favorite season?
Summer.
And?
Fall.
Okay. And then what is your favorite music?
Reggae.
Uh-oh, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, what about you?
R&B.
R&B. Okay, what era? All R&B?
90s.
You know, 90s is top tier. But all of it. Like R&B and soul is, I just love all of it.
All right. And what is your favorite holiday?
My birthday.
See how they do? Well, you can't do right. That ain't no holiday. I've never seen
it. It is.
Not for us, it's not.
J-Day is celebrated globally.
Girl, bye. Mine is next. Mine is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Okay.
Betty.
And now, do you prefer coffee, tea, or cocoa?
Tea.
Okay, well that's how I know y'all my sisters. And What was your best and your worst job?
My best job.
Now, if they're watching, you got to be careful. You don't want to get.
I'll say my best job is the one I have now, because I can work from home and I can kind of pretty much do my own thing. My worst job was I don't know. I haven't had any bad jobs.
Well, that's a good thing then, if you can say that.
Yeah, I don't think I had any really bad experiences.
Okay.
If I had to
That's
choose
not my
a
story.
bad job, I would say my worst job was fresh out of college and you just looking for stuff. So I thought I found a job where I was testing these people websites and like going on the websites and checking, like giving them a grade for like user friendliness and functionality and all this stuff, and then giving a report back and a grade back to the company. But it really was just like a phishing scam that I still got people calling me about timeshare in Florida now.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy there. All right. What about you, Miss Lady?
I would say my best job is also the one I have right now, just because it's a step up from what I've been doing, and I also get to work from home. Thank you, COVID. And my worst job is when I worked at the casino in retail.
Oh, at the casino in retail. Okay, I got you. All right, so now that we got all that out the way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of things. Of course, this is love session, and as it says, God is love, so that means this is God's session. So I have to ask you guys, do you consider yourself saved, children of God, Christians, or do you believe it all? Talk to me.
I'm fire baptized, saved by the Holy Ghost.
All of that, yes. Yes.
All right, then, since y'all only 12, how long y'all been saved?
I think since I was like about 12, since like 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I think I was about 8, 9.
Man, what y'all doing all that? That's too young. Y'all, so go ahead, finish up what you saying.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8, 9, and then when for me, like, was actively choosing, well, my mom like told us to, get baptized or whatever. She also gave us a choice, but then like when I started going deeper was also like high school when I like recommitted myself, I guess.
Okay, good. Because that's my next question. Because most people always say how young they were, and so since they were so young, then my next question always is, then you were saved, but when did you start taking your walk with God serious?
I feel like it's been still like different levels of seriousness. I feel like after I always say when I had my child, that's when I really understood God's love. So I feel like that was when I really kind of started taking it seriously. I started taking faith seriously and things like that. But I feel like in the last couple years is when I'm really intentional and really serious about. I feel like as a 32-year-old now, I know that there's nowhere outside of God's will that I want to be. Nowhere. Not 1 second. So I feel like now is when I'm really kind of transitioning. I probably still ain't where I, can go, but I'm in a different level than I was.
Right. Okay, lady.
I would say like late high school, early college. I don't know like what happened or what made me want to start taking it more seriously, but I didn't. I just was more intentional at that time about like doing my own readings, going to my own Bible studies, doing everything on my own. So that's when I would say first I got super serious and intentional. And like Janae said, just from there, just growing deeper.
Okay. So now since you considered yourself saved and going to church at such a young age, so when you guys were going through school, whether it was, I ain't gonna say really elementary, but like junior high and high school, and other people So if they knew you were saved, did they pick at you, call you church girl, or tease you because you were walking that faith walk?
No.
No, because we're also in the Bible Belt, so I think everybody it's the opposite. Like if you don't go to church or you don't consider yourself, that's when you're
Oh, okay.
out of the loop. Because we're right here in the Bible Belt, so everybody.
Okay. All right. But I guess that's a good thing then. So again, since you were saved so young, and we know at that age that you really don't have a grasp of what God is truly all about, but you're like, hey, I go to church, so I must be saved. So then how did you feel when you were like going through your thing, and like you said, you have a child, you're still going to the club, but what they consider backsliding. So how did you feel about that? Because you had, like you said, you had to grow in it, but at the same time, you were doing things wrong at the same time.
For me, I felt like, I feel even now, like I feel like, yeah, I may have kind of been in the world, but it still was only so far I'm gonna go. Like there was still something there that's only gonna let me do and go but so much. And I guess I was always raised as well that, you don't have to be dead or stiff or dull to be a Christian. Like you can enjoy life and and that's one thing I can say about our home church too. They always did things, even the church I came to in Greensboro, like it did things for the youth and did things with the younger adults for you to still enjoy life without feeling like, oh, I'm backsliding, or, still be able to have a community of younger people your age and you can still have fun. Now, of course, with COVID, I don't go to the club and I'm an old lady, so I'm always home anyway, but I still don't think it's, you can still enjoy yourself and still go out. You can even have a glass of wine, but just don't, present yourself in a certain way. I think that's what it's really all about, the convictions that you have. And then when you are concerned about presenting yourself a certain way, like I always try to be, I think, what if I'm somebody's only representation of God? Like if I'm the only example of God they see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right.
Can't add anything to that. Go girl.
Well, so now I got to get serious with you then, if that's the case. So what was the treatment like then once you got pregnant?
From who?
From the church? From other so-called saved folks?
So I moved to Greensboro. When I left college, I moved to Greensboro. So I didn't go back to like my home church.
Oh, okay.
But I still went and got him christened there. And I don't remember receiving any really like backlash or anything negative. I think maybe one or two from like somebody 90 years old who I didn't care about anyway. But I can't say like my mom was always so supportive, like that she was like, we don't care about nobody else. I got your back. So I don't care about what nobody else got to talk about.
All right. So then did you personally have a struggle then, knowing that the possible, like you said, judgments and everything is going to come to you as a single woman having a child? So did you feel any type of way about it?
I don't think I was worried about the judgment. I think I was more concerned about like judgment if I would have been like a teenager.
Okay.
But I was 22. So even though I still was unwed, I didn't really feel it a real big pressure, because unfortunately that's kind of like the norm, now. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be. And it's, of course, now at 32, I understand why God designed things to be certain ways.
Right.
But it's not uncommon, for somebody to be unwed or have children out of wedlock. So I didn't really feel like feel negatively about it. If anything, I feel like it helped me be less judgmental, because growing up, especially a certain way and in the church and stuff, you always hear like, oh, she got 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, she got so that make you stick your nose up at somebody. But then I only got one and one, but that helped me realize, like, no, that don't necessarily mean that, you know, somebody's
Right.
living a certain way. Like, you can be in a relationship, think you about to be with somebody forever and ever, and then it don't work. Then you try again, and then it don't work. And, you know, so yeah, it helped me to learn not to. Everybody else gonna judge you anyway, so don't judge yourself.
So Janice, I just thought about something while she was talking. So you're the sister of somebody that got pregnant and stuff. So did that dynamic mess with you? Or like, oh, they're gonna judge my sister? Or, now, how do I feel about my sister being pregnant and she not married yet and all that kind of stuff?
No. I told her, but she was pregnant before she told me. And no, I didn't think about any of that just because me and her is so close. Like, I was concerned, like, how do you feel? Are you good? But it was never any judgment or anything.
Okay, well, that's good. Now, I just got through talking to some women. Was it yesterday? Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. So I just got through talking to some women yesterday. Now, they're older. They've been around a while, but they've both been married, both been divorced. So I was asking them questions about single women in the church. So since you guys were young,
Jesus.
what happened? So you passed gas or something? You all right? No,
No, I had to sit up on that one.
no, but so it's simple that since you are younger single women in the church, so they had some issues almost like in the corporate with some Me Too stuff with men saying things they ain't supposed to be saying, trying to come up on them and all that kind of stuff. Have y'all run into any of that, you know, while you were going to church?
Mm-mm.
No. And also, no.
Okay, nobody being inappropriate or saying stuff on the slide, nothing like that?
Maybe when I was like younger.
Yeah, younger. I feel like I remember. Well, I know I remember something when I was like probably like 10.
10?
Yeah.
Somebody saying
It's definitely younger, but I also think it's like because the churches that we go to are a little bit larger. So I don't. Yeah, I just personally haven't experienced that.
Okay, well, that's good then. I'm glad for that, because I was kind of disturbed from that yesterday when they were telling me about that. So I'm glad y'all really didn't have to experience none of that. But at age,
yeah, I'm not surprised by it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I know it happened. Like, I had a friend who was dating a youth pastor in high school, so it can happen. I'm just thankfully haven't experienced it.
Okay, cool. But yeah, but somebody saying something to you at 10, that ain't too cool. I hope it was another teenager or something, then not a grown.
It wasn't. It definitely wasn't. But
yeah. All right. So they definitely got to get better at that. All right. So that's pretty much okay. Well, let me ask you this then. Like you said, so since you guys, like I said, you're growing in the word, you're getting more serious about it. You're taking, you know, you want to do the right thing on a constant and consistent basis, show people love. So now let me ask you this then. So since the last few years, since y'all been so serious about your walk, how has that changed you as a person?
yeah, I definitely feel like I'm under construction. I just feel like I can't, I'm not even comfortable in the same situations anymore. I'm not comfortable in the same, environments. I mean, I know one thing about me that's totally different. I feel like it, of course, comes with maturity as well. I find myself extending a whole lot more grace than I had previously. But that's because I understand the amount of grace that I receive. So, I'm called to extend that as well. I just find myself being less judgmental, less, more graceful, and in like as far as being saved and single, I find myself being completely different as well, because it's just like a different level of what you'll tolerate, what you'll deal with, the different avenues you'll go down, what you won't do once you really become serious. Like once you really know who you are and whose you are, you just won't deal with certain things.
Right. All right, Miss Lady, what about you?
Yeah, I would say definitely the grace aspect and extending love in that way. But for me, it's also been like I'm more patient. I'm not as anxious for things. Like I like see God in everything. If I miss, a light, I'm always like, or I'm running 5 minutes later, something happened. I'm like, maybe that's God's will for me to move this way or whatever. And then, yeah, for me, it's just patience and just understanding everything works out in his timing. As someone who always is reaching for goals, and some things shift, I have to not like get as frustrated. That's a big thing for me that has definitely changed. And then, yeah, that's the main thing.
Okay. Well,
But also, in the words of brother prophet Toby, try Jesus, not me. That's still a part of my ministry.
Also, and you saying it's probably God's will if you running late, but God is trying to tell you to set that alarm clock 15 minutes early.
No, not running late, because I try to be on time. I'm saying if like I miss a light or something happens that I try to control.
Okay. I got you.
I ain't gonna blame my lateness on God now. I ain't gonna do that.
All right. So since y'all young women and all, and we talking about the walk, so how is dating changed your outlook and stuff now?
Whew. Let me tell you something. The men in the church be holy hoes, okay? Holy hoes.
Not the men.
Well, I'm sure all of them, but I only deal with the men, so I don't know what the women do. Like I said, you definitely have to have your discernment on point. But I'm definitely not. I take more seriously being unequally yoked. I take more seriously, like I have, like if you're not a man of faith, you don't have to be like super strong. Your relationship don't even have to be where mine is, but I need you to have a desire. I'm not dragging no man to Jesus, because you got to be the head of my household, and I got to know that who's leading you in order for me to submit to you. So, that's like a non-negotiable. You got to have something. You got to have some type of hunger, some type of desire for yourself. I can't. I don't want a man that bad.
All right.
But yeah, the church. I don't know if the church is the where to find them though. I don't know where to find them.
Ain't nothing to say that you got to find him in church. Hey, he could be at the gas station, the grocery store, like you said. As long as he's trying to do the right thing and follow the right person, then it's all good.
Yeah, the church ain't it. It ain't it. Especially the musicians.
Oh no, don't talk
Girl, out here telling all your business.
I'm
talking about my daddy.
Is there a certain is it a certain instrument they play? No.
The drums. If you talk about daddy.
My daddy, the drums.
Oh, no. What about you, Miss Denise?
I'm just more like, I'm very upfront with the do's and don'ts. Like, don't come around here thinking it's one thing and it's not gonna be that. So that's just right. And then he definitely date a man of faith, just because for all the reasons Janae said, like, nah, this is what we're doing around these parts. This is who I believe in. And if I'm not dating anybody without the potential of seeing something down the road, so I'm not even entertaining anything or anybody that doesn't line up with what I think God's will is for my life, and then what I would want for my life, for to raise a family in that atmosphere. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, so now especially for you, Janae, because you have a son, so your walk really gonna shape what he sees, especially as a woman. So how do you feel, like you said, now that you walk in this faith walk, what do you want your son to see in you, or what do you want to impart to him, as you train him up in the way he should go?
I mean, firstly, I'm definitely a woman that believes that no matter how good of a mother I am, he still needs a dad and a man. So, I don't never try to I'm not one of those that, oh, I'm a mama and a daddy. I just can only be the best mama I can be. I ain't gonna try to overstep certain lessons and bounds and things like that. But I mean, I just try to. I always try to. I laugh at myself because I feel like I try to teach him like life lessons that he probably don't even understand right now, and ain't gonna make no sense. But in my mind, if I tell him now, he'll get it. But the main thing is, I just always try to teach him to pray, and I just try to. My main focus is to just be an example and to give him God. Like one of my pastors, the thing that he always says is, people always say they let their kids choose on their own, choose what religion or what direction they're gonna go, but how can they choose Jesus if you've never even made it an option? And I know for my mom, like, we did not like going to church because she was on the security team. So we were literally the kids that was at church every night, every day, from start to close, like last ones to leave, first ones to get there. So I didn't want to go to church. I didn't want to go to every single little meeting, all that stuff. But one thing I can say is that she gave me God. So no matter, like, it's truly, truly true, that scripture that, train them up and they won't depart from it. No matter how far you go, like, it will snatch you back. You'll come back to what you know. So I don't want to really try to overcomplicate it, but I just definitely want to teach him how to pray and to give him God, to let him know who he is and where he, what it is.
All right, I'm gonna do like they do on Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. All right, so now let's get into the nitty gritty of it.
What are you teaching your dogs, Janice?
Oh, that's cold blooded.
What are you teaching your dogs?
Teach them not to use the bathroom.
Obviously, I'm not doing very good at teaching my dogs anything. They're in the room when I pray and stuff like that. But the girl is trying to hump the boy right now, so I'm not teaching them good lessons, obviously.
Just be a living example for them. They'll get it. They'll get it in the spirit. All right, so now let's get to the nitty gritty of this. Like I told people, these are my youngest sisters. That this is only my third time seeing them face to face. Once when I met them the other day when we set this up, and now today. So I guess what I want to ask,
So I never thought about that.
Yep, this is the third time in I don't know how many years. But so when did you guys first hear or know that I existed?
My whole life.
What?
Mm-hmm.
From day one, huh?
Yep, he always.
Yeah, I got in trouble in kindergarten for saying I have for saying I have a brother named Daryl and I have a sister named Kim, and they're like, no, you don't, and I'm like, yes, I do, and I got in trouble because they thought I was lying, and they said my mom, she was like, no, she does have those siblings.
Yeah, we always knew, but we obviously talked to Kim all the time, so we've never actually physically met Kim, but we talked to her on the phone since like our whole lives. But we always knew, and it was just like one little picture of you he had. So we always knew we had a brother named Daryl, but honestly, it was just like in my mind, it was kind of like a fictional thing. Like
I was like Santa Claus, huh?
Yeah, I got this brother that I'll never see or meet, but then you became real.
That's too crazy. Yeah, so what happened on my end was, I guess he hired somebody, and I guess it's kind of like when computers and email and stuff kind of started kicking. So somebody emailed me and said something about your dad would like to meet you. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? My dad would like to meet me. So I deleted the email. And then I think they either did it again or then they called me and said it. And I'm like, okay, well, because I'm like, okay, go ahead, give them my number, have them call me. Then he called me, and then he started mentioning cousins and aunts and all the different places that I was when I was in the military. So I'm like, oh, well, hey, this joker knows something then. Let me go find out what's going on. So that's how that came about. And I was like, okay. So then once, you know, I knew you guys were in North Carolina and all that kind of stuff. So I just made plans where, you know, I made plans to sneak up there. I meant to sneak up on you guys, but I say, okay, I'll just sneak up on him. So then you know how that came about. Now, Janice, you don't know what, oh, she done took off to go feed the dog.
No. Sorry, I can't have no more puppies.
So now, do you know what we did to him at the restaurant?
No, I know the story about what happened, but I was like at a track meet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cause we came there that night. Yeah. So what I did was, once I got a hold of Janae and told her I was coming into town, and then so she met me at the hotel. And so what I did, I just came up with the thing. I like playing practical jokes anyway. So what I did, I said, okay, when you bring him to the restaurant, I'm going to act like I'm your older boyfriend instead of his son. So when she came back with him, I started hugging her and stuff and said, hey, how you doing, baby? And the whole time he just looking at me like I'm crazy.
He was about to lose it.
So he started looking at me like crazy. We sat down at the seat. I'm just talking. He's still looking at me like you're crazy. I said, man, after all this time of talking to me on your phone, you don't recognize my voice yet? And then that's when it clicked on it. So then now, how did y'all feel, or what did y'all feel now that say, okay, we've been knowing about him all this time. Now we finally get to see him and meet him. How did y'all feel then?
I was excited. Like, I was so happy. And mainly for my dad, because he told us this whole time, like, he had a son, he was looking for his son, he wanted to meet his son. And so for all of that just to come to fruition, it was happy. Like, I still have the picture from the first day, you know, from that track meet, that day we met, and we're all like smiling big. It was just a happy thing. And I'm sure he cried, maybe not in front of you.
The table.
Oh, he did? Yeah, I was just so happy for him, and then just happy to have a brother, because that was something we grew up like. Even though we know we had one, we were just like we needed a boy, like we want a brother. And then so to see that manifest or in fruition live in person, I was excited. I was happy.
Okay. And you?
I mean, yeah, it was the same.
She was no longer the oldest.
That's okay. That's
Kim was the oldest anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true. Kim was older than you guys, and then I come along and out old all y'all.
Out, yeah, out old as hell. You did that.
So yeah, and like I said, I was excited. I was happy because, you know, like just to know that you have some family that you never met. And, you know, it's nothing wrong. It's never nothing wrong with meeting more family members and having people that, you know, like maybe later on down the line, you can just share something with, share some happy moments, some sad moments, be there for one another. I mean, because once I found that out, I was like, man, because then it started making me think, what all did I miss out on in their life? You know what I'm saying? Where could I have been there and been a guide or some advice or anything? And so that's the sad part for me, is that I was never given that option to be that for you, that big brother for you. So that's what kind of made me sad. But, you know, but meeting you guys was, you know, hey, I was G to G. I was good to go. So I was happy as it could be too. You know, I'm just smiling from ear to ear. Like you said, we up there at the track, me taking that picture, just smiling all over the place, looking like Chinese and stuff. So, but it was all good. So now while I got you on here and probably got some people watching, when y'all coming to Texas? That's the now on live on Facebook and YouTube. No, I ain't gonna do y'all like
that. For $2 a day, you can help.
Okay,
Black girls get to Texas.
Oh, okay. So I see now. I got to get the plane tickets for y'all to get here. Huh? They're gonna be like that. Okay, so then that way you won't have no excuse, huh?
No, I do want to come though. We just gotta really coordinate it and really plan it out.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, hey, y'all got anything else y'all got to say or want to say?
Nah.
We really do all look alike, but
We really do all look alike. Like, it's just scary how strong that man jeans
I got
is.
a lot of chins right now.
What can you say? It's all good. But if you have nothing else to say, like you said, we're gonna work on getting y'all to Texas. I got to get y'all here because I know I could probably sneak that way without y'all knowing. I can't do that now because now one's in Greensboro, the other one's in Charlotte, so ain't no sneaking because I can't be in two places at the same time. So y'all
We're only an hour apart. Last time we were like 3 hours apart.
last time what?
You remember you came to Wilmington and she was in Greensboro, and then we had to drive to Greensboro, and then we drove back.
Oh, you see that? That's how old I am. I thought the track meet was there in Wilmington.
No, it was in Greensboro. Remember
it was in
we drove?
Greensboro.
Did we surprise you?
Yeah, y'all surprised me. But I knew who he was instantly. I was like, hey.
Yeah, and then we drove to Greensboro, and then we went back to Wilmington. And that was 3 hours. So now we're only an hour apart.
Oh man, you know my mind bad because I sure don't remember we driving to Greensboro. So hey, yeah, maybe that's something. Okay then. So now you're on an hour apart, Greensboro, Charlotte. All right. I still rather y'all both come this way first, but we'll see what's gonna happen.
And Charlotte is a
I would
major
definitely love
airport.
to come there. We just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, young ladies, I appreciate y'all jumping on with me, giving my fans some background into my family stuff. And the reason that I brought this up and talked about this is because we know that especially inside a lot of these churches, that there's stuff that goes on and people doing things that everybody keeps hush about. And sometimes siblings don't even know they're siblings, and then some of them start dating, and then somebody say, that's your cousin and stuff like that. So, I wanted to make sure you just get out there that people just need to talk, and also know that there should be no animosity between the siblings because we didn't have a choice on what our parents did. So they did what they did or what they thought that was the best for what they did. So, but that shouldn't have any bearing on our relationship because that's between us. So that's what I want to put out there. And that's what I want people to know. So if something happening and you mad at a brother or sister that was had by your dad or your mom by something else, that's not their fault. That's the parents. They did that. The kids didn't do that. So don't be mad at them for something that they had no control over.
So just come out now. Come now. Don't come to that fume. It's over.
Speaking of that, what about the other one that y'all don't want to claim?
There ain't no other one. What you talking
I don't
about?
know nothing about that.
Okay, I got you.
It's above me now.
Y'all too much. All
I
right.
don't know nothing about that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on with me and having fun with me. So you guys take care. Like I say, keep walking in love, aka God. As I tell people, be love to everybody you meet, saved and unsaved, because you might be the only love that anybody ever receives in their whole entire life. So y'all keep doing what you're doing. Be safe, social distance, and stay away from COVID. It ain't no friend of yours. All right. Let me give y'all a hand clap before y'all leave. There they go. Ladies and gentlemen, my youngest sisters, Janae and Janice. Y'all take care. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, that was my youngest sisters, Janae and Janice, doing their thing, jumping on with me, let me know how they living. As I said, make sure on Facebook that you not subscribe on Facebook. On Facebook, make sure that you share. You definitely leave some comments and like or hit the little love button, whatever you want to call it. And on YouTube, when it comes on YouTube, go over there and again, like and share and comment and also subscribe. Because what I'm going to do, because I'm trying to monetize this thing, I said that on the 100th subscriber, and when you subscribe, make sure it's public so I can see your name on the in the subscribe section of YouTube. So make sure you make it public when you subscribe. So when we get to the 100th subscriber, they get $100. And then other people saying, well, hey, I'm not going to subscribe and make somebody else money. I say, okay, I understand that. See, I listen. So what I decided to do, once we get to that 100 subscriber for them to win their $100, I'm going to run what they call a random generator that's going to pick a number between that 1 and 99. So any number between 1 and 99, that random generator will pick a number. So that means anybody else is liable to win $100 also. So that'd be $200. One for the 100 subscriber and one from 1 to 99, whatever number it picks, another person can get that $100. So that means anybody has a chance to win. So make sure you guys subscribe, put it on public so I can see you. So when that happens, I can get you your money. So again, this has been Brother Darryl McGriff with Love Sync Ministries. This has been Love Sessions. Until we do it again, you guys take care.